A ver, gente. Ya le queda poquito. A este tío. Voy para abajo y me lo cargo ya, ¿no? De diario reciente. El 3 de octubre de 1900 acabo de llegar a Londres tras un agotador viaje a machete. Joder. Está todo por culo, tío. Llevo un montón de tiempo haciendo esto. Aún no regalo de Twitch. No te preocupes. Está sumida en un triste y la desesperación. No será muy complicada encontrar una mujer que quiera escapar de la muerte. Estoy impaciente por comenzar mi investigación. Pronto dejaré de ser virgen. Vaya mierda de vampiro te ha hecho. Es un mierda que te cagas. 15 de octubre, La cerda está lista. Ahora solo tengo que encontrar a la candidata ideal y meterla dentro. Quiero que sea preciosa y amable, que buen carácter. Ya he probado mis habilidades de persuasión con unas cuantas mujeres y en la mayoría de los casos ha surtido efecto. Pero no quiero que mi futura esposa sea una sumisa. Solo utilizaré mi poder para atraerla hasta aquí. Luego le haré mi propuesta y la dejaré que acepte. Este paso es importante. Quiero que te elija hacerte por voluntad propia, convirtiéndose en mi esposa para toda la eternidad. El tío le va por el culo. Creo que he encontrado... Esto es un beta que te caga. Un vagina. Creo que he encontrado la definitiva. Se llama Loisa. Trabaja en la camarera en un bar y tiene mucho carisma. Me encanta su actitud. Cuando te sirve una copa firme y orgullosa, estoy convencido de que aceptará mi propuesta cuando al fin sea mía, cuando la sangre de mi vampiro haya cansado su metamorfosis y la herida de su curará y su cicatriz desaparecerá. Entonces gozará de la belleza perfecta que solo yo soy capaz de ver. De hecho, no lo entiendo. Luisa se niega a aceptar mi proposición. ¿Por qué? La prometí que nunca la obligaría a hacer nada. Tal vez deje de pasar hambre, así entenderá que soy su única opción. Es como una cabra, hombre. Es un vagina y siempre lo será. La padre de Luisa ha intentado rescatarla. El padre de Luisa ha sido asesinado mientras trataba de localizar su paradero. Al raptor de Luisa pretende convertir a vampira. Y Luisa... Me sale no hay... círculo social ninguno. Oye, claro que no, si está muerto. Vamos a hablar con él. Ya se me fue todo el tiempo. Vamos para allá. Y aquí están todas las pruebas, ¿no? De todas las mujeres que se han ido cargando y comiendo. Posiblemente. Ah, mira, si lo puedo abrir. Me da igual tus cosas. Hostia, me quedo encerrado. No, déjame salir.
Miss Teasdale, are you all right?
How do you know my name? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Reid. I managed to track you down thanks to your father.
So my father really was looking after me. This man, this vampire told me my father was dead. Is it true?
I'm afraid so, miss. I'm so sorry for your loss. But you are free to go, as your abductor is no more.
I suppose my jailer also killed my father, didn't he?
Thankfully, he did not search your father's corpse, where I found his notes describing where he might find you. You should read them.
I must find my father's body. He deserves a proper burial.
Hostia, no lo puedo tratar. No, mierda.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale, and be careful. Until we meet again.
No la puedo tratar hasta que no esté...
You should return to us.
Thank you for your sympathy, Doctor. But I recently learned to stare horror in the face.
Ah, no la puedo curar.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale, and be careful.
Pero yo no la veo tan guapa.
Until we meet again.
Bueno, que en este juego ninguno es guapa, tío. A este nivel sí lo tengo. Ole. Ño, ahí te la dejaron... un tío. Ahora tengo que cargarme todo aquí que me encuentro por el camino. No me jodas, ¿en serio? Sangre, pero no está aquí. ¿Aquí he estado yo? No he estado aquí. Un haya. ¿Qué caño quiero yo una hacha pesada? Si no lo uso. Que por mí los vendo todas. Ya de armas. Hostia, yo no estoy aquí arriba. No, creo que no. Anda, espérate. A ver, no subí aquí. Mierda, me he pasado. Tenía que registrar a la otra zona. Espérate, hombre. Mierda. Ahora me voy a pegar a la de carga que te flipa. Mierda. Vaya juego. Pues saco por aquí, reviso todo, pero... Creo que voy a tener que avanzar a la misión principal para conseguir los puntos. Para poder subir la preservación, para poder subir los puntos. Y así poder solucionar el problema. Y avanzar en las historias secundarias. Para seguir consiguiendo puntos. Porque si no tengo que farmear un montón. Está todo a nivel 30, me está costando ya lo suyo. Está todo a 8 niveles más que yo. Menos en alguna zona que se queda como media aislada. Hay algunos bichos que a nivel 12 y tal, que son... Venga, carajo. Esto es lo que más detesto del jodido juego, tío, la carga. El jodido juego, está cascado. Y no que está cargando nada, porque el disco no está tirando ni nada. Y la RAM tampoco, ¿eh? Es un problema de programación. Fijo que es programación. No lo entiendo. Venga, carajo. Ya se ven tweets, tío, no puedo hacer nada ahora. Lo tengo arreglado cuando empieza otra oleada de tweets, se todo el juego y se los programas y tengo que volverlo a abrir y tengo que reiniciar todo. Va a ser un coñazo otra vez. Maldito Twitch, me da más problemas. Lo voy a tener que hacer así. No sé por qué nunca se lo soluciona, tío. Mierda de juego con la... Ya está. Ya arrancó, ya tiró. Ahora sí me coge el disco. Así me lo cargo. Bien. Pues yo voy a volver. Me da cosa volver. Vale, espérate. ¿Sabes qué voy a hacer? Mira, ahora está cargando rápido. Anda, pues no, que otra vez. Bueno, no. Vale, el velo sombrío ese para ir en modo sigilo y yo estoy yendo en modo, me cargo todo lo que me encuentro. Para conseguir experiencia, porque el rollo de sigilo en este juego es una mierda, porque no consigo experiencia. ¿Para qué coño quería ir en sigilo si no va a conseguir experiencia? Necesitas experiencia para poder avanzar. Si vas en modo sigilo, porque no vas a enfrentar, te vas a conseguir el nivel de las misiones y ya. Y cuando sí o sí te vas a enfrentar a un boss. Cada vez jodido, porque te vas a estar metiendo con bosses, sin experiencia y sin nada. El modo sigiloso en este juego lo fue estúpido. No sirve para nada. Es mejor dedicarte a subir los niveles para hacer daño. Porque vas a estar haciendo daño para poder conseguir nivel, para poder enfrentarte a los bosses que estás obligado a enfrentarte. En vez de ir a por... el modo sigiloso, porque el modo sigiloso hace toda la parte de quest de la gente y tal, pero luego te va a ver que te va a obligar a enfrentarte a bosses para poder avanzar la historia. Y no va a tener daño. Tu habilidad va a ser todo de sigilo. O sea, que no te va a servir porque está en una zona cerrada. O sea, estás jodido por todos lados. Yo lo veo un poco mierda la parte sigilosa en este juego, por ejemplo. El combate también lo veo un poco mierda. En algunos apartados. Es más, que yo muchas veces me aprovecho de las limitaciones de los enemigos para poder reventarlos. Y gracias a eso he avanzado un montón. Otra limitación, lo de los niveles y tal, lo veo jodido también. Porque no consigo nivel con las ratas. Las experiencias que me dan los tíos son malísimas. En cambio, las personas me dan muchas, algunas. O después te vas mal en la historia. O sea que es una jodida por todos lados. Los diálogos, hay una parte de los diálogos que es para desbloquear y tampoco tengo ni idea. El juego está muy guapo en muchos aspectos. Pero tiene muchos apartados que joder, macho. Por culo que flipa. A ver, aquí encontré la cosa que quería. Bueno, un hacha, que te voy a ver si lo vendo, porque a mí las armas pesadas... Va, que sé que no. No he mejorado ni una ni la he usado. Pero quiero mirar a ver si puedo abrir esta puerta. Si no, he perdido el tiempo. Sí, he perdido el tiempo. Vale, macho, he perdido el tiempo. La única zona que me falta por descubrir es para una mierda de hacha. Pues nada, vamos a esa zona, que ahí no he estado. Vamos a hablar con la gente. He completado una misión. Me ha dado 800 y pico. Tengo 8000. Bien, bien. Bien, necesito 2000 más y me hago la mejora. Con la misión principal me darán 1000. O sea que me hago la misión principal. Después hablo con la peña y hacer la misión secundaria que puedo hacer. Porque ahora mismo hay una que no puedo hacerla. La otra... no sé cómo hacerla. Es un doble, no sé qué, debajo, no sé dónde está. Tengo que mirarme a ver cómo hacerla. No miré otra vez el texto, a ver qué me decía el texto del bosque de sus muertos. A ver si hay algún... Eso sí, batalla otra vez lleno de vampiros, tío. Tengo que volver a hacer una limpieza que flipa. Pues he muerto 3 o 4 veces ya. En la alcantarilla. Bah.
Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reid. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
No, I'm not.
Good for you.
It's a good thing to have a clear idea of where you stand concerning crucial questions. Don't you think?
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see.
Do you need my...
I would appreciate...
Who are you waiting for, exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be, then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you are not in your place? That sort of trap.
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reid? Dr. Reid?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting. Waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city. As soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
Me está quedando un poco rayado esta gente, ¿eh?
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
No, I don't. I don't recognize it anymore. Or perhaps I just don't like it anymore, now that I've seen its true face.
I don't recognize it either. Or at least what it's become. Hate, violence, social disparity. And I am not talking about the criminality these days.
No sé si lo estoy haciendo bien o mal. Cuando son esas preguntas triple E, no entiendo yo si va bien o mal.
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
Heracles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He is often more lucid than me.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
What can you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He has always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
Bueno.
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Vale. Ah, que me da 100, tío, y por matar un bicho me da 10. La diferencia es bastante bestia.
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
Anda, mira.
Do you need medical attention, Inspector?
I'm fine, thank you, Dr. Reid.
Ah. O me lo quité de encima, No le tengo que responder ni bien ni mal. Pero si me equivoco, le doy a la E y a la F. Un inspector. Aquí por lo menos son gente más normalilla. Ya eran matados, drogadictos, de todo.
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
No soy yo. Ya la puedo curar, pero hasta que no vuelva a eso que tengo que esperar una noche.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
Why are you investigating at night?
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know. But since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange which requires police attention?
Does the name Fergal ring a bell? Fergal Bancher.
Of course it does. Fergal Bancher, the Butcher of Galway. Hung in Dublin in 1857 for murdering more than 20 men with his bare hands. Why are you so interested in dead criminals, sir?
Tenía que haber dicho mejor el otro que mató a qué.
What are you really doing here?
I told you. I'm a detective inspector from Scotland Yard, investigating suspicious cases in the area.
Do you work alone?
Yes, the situation is difficult for the police. Many of us are sick, and since the summer strike, most men apply a work to rule on their patrols.
What about the situation in the East End? Why are there no police there to protect the civilians?
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have enough men to cover the entire city.
Tell me all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal, sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem. If my theory is correct, maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
What are you investigating, exactly?
I currently have a few missing persons cases. Mr. Tadao Kimura and Miss Louise Teasdale. I'm afraid they may have been abducted by my mysterious maniac.
Tell me about Louise Teasdale.
She's a waitress. Her father reported her missing. We don't have enough men to search for her, sadly.
Do you have any idea where she could be?
No. But I feel she's been abducted. She went to a pub a few nights ago and vanished. I thought about the sewers, but I'm not equipped for such an investigation.
Quiero que ya la recatilla.
Tell me about Mr. Kimura.
Mr. Kimura is a businessman who has been missing for a few days. He didn't go home, didn't go to work, didn't go back to his family.
Where was he last seen?
Mr. Kimura was last seen at the Royal Observatory in Greenwich. I followed a possible lead in the West End, but I found nothing.
Ah, eso no sé dónde.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Ahí vuelvo a la iglesia. Y aquí se me liará. ¿Vale? Ya, por culo. Vale, esto es enorme, ¿no? ¿Te llena mierda? Pone 3 2 1. Esto tiene que tener una clave aquí. Guau, ni idea.
Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read.
Vampiros son peligrosos, letales y brutales a veces. Esto es un hecho innegable y eso es precisamente lo que debemos comprender lo que son. Y a veces quieren son para poder alcanzar un mejor comprensión mutua. ¿Recordáis la entrevista con Titua Frau y Josefus llevada a cabo de uno de nosotros en 1548 cuando por fin encontró a la criatura en España? ¿Recordáis cómo cada una de las exquisitamente elegidas palabras de ese vampiro hacía latir nuestros corazones cada vez que la leíamos? ¿Cómo sustituía esa extraordinaria ventana en el pasado que tan solo vislumbrábamos fugazmente? Bien, pues Titus Flavius Josephus ya no está. Los cazadores de vampiros lo destruyeron hace varias semanas y con él se ha desvanecido el tesoro valioso de conocimiento sobre los pilares de nuestra civilización. Probablemente se trate de un crimen tan desgarrador como el asesinato de una vida inocente por un vampiro. Por eso precisamente el camino de la Guardia del Paiva es tan criminal como Steady. pues por cada una de sus exitosas cacerías metódicas de los antiguos vampiros de Inglaterra, en lugar de aproximarse a ellos con cuidado y respeto, destruyen una parte de nuestras raíces como una de las de los inmortales, desaprovechando oportunidades tras oportunidades. El concepto de la gran cacería es un crimen, pues ciegamente destruyen palabras y pensamientos. Bendita la fuente de saber, use el trailer primado de San Pau. Tiene un punto. Ya no tiene nada. Ya no tiene nada. Ya tiene un punto.
Jonathan Reid. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they tell me everything. They told me that you struggle hard not to take too many lives.
Bueno. Luego que pide mucho por este hombre. No es el manda más. Mira esto. Ah, la loca de comer ratones.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So you see nothing in the stars for me? You're a poor fortune teller, then?
Oh, I can tell you many things. They will only concern you, not the city. For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Cabrón, esa es persona.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Read my fortune, then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 150 shillings.
Here is the money.
The hunter. A good heart in disguise. A liar willing to help for real. An armed man unable to strike.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle of the night?
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole.
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
The Guard of Priwen, who else? For a time, they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
Vale.
For how long have you been a primate?
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time, sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths and new concepts.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course, but I must warn you that there are some subjects we consider taboo, in spite of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Priwen and the Brotherhood. What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then, a strength that made them hungry for ever greater power. An argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up the books, the relics, not always fairly or with consideration.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club of academics and scholars?
Once upon a time, very long ago, the Brotherhood did more than simply study the vampires. They took actions to eliminate the more ferocious and corrupted.
How did you learn about Mary? And spare me the hocus-pocus parlor tricks. The truth, now!
Swansea told me. Don't look at me like that. His task is to observe and gather information about vampires. He had to tell me about Mary.
She could have survived as a vampire. If only she had given me a chance to explain. If only I could have found the words.
Not all vampires accept their new condition. Since suicide is impossible, you have to find a way to get someone else to relieve the pain.
I could have saved her.
No, Jonathan.
How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The cards always tell the truth. Well, most of the time.
Is it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
All right. Let me hear it.
The walls of your prison have already been raised, Jonathan. But you will freely accept to be locked inside, full of hope for a better day.
I would rather not know. How
I told you.
is it possible?
Vampire.
Creo que nos contó poco el final de la historia, ¿no, cabrón? No hay spoiler.
Until we meet again.
I rarely wander. Yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read.
Vale. Esta zona me suena a uno que está todo lleno de muertos. Aquí tiene que haber algún truco. Pero yo no sé cuál es. Arriba, abajo, izquierda, derecha. Ahí va. No sé, voy a buscar a ver qué carajo es eso y cómo puedo conseguir la información. Ahí vengo. Me falta para descubrir aquí. Hostia, una guarida en mi... Tienes que aquí muerto. Es una zona segura, ¿no? Ahora que hay sangre.
It's locked, all right.
Claro. 55, joder, sí que me da punto por descubrir esta mierda. Me da más experiencia esto que... Hostia, ¿dónde estoy? Ah, por este lado. Vale, ya me meteré con ellos. Después los mato. Bien. Más sangre, tío. 10, más 10, más 10. Absorbe, aumenta la sangre. No sé cuánto es esto. Absorbe, aumenta la sangre. Porque no sé si es mucho de sangre o no. Pero yo la tengo a tope, la mierda de arma. Esta también la tengo a tope. Esta no. Esta me la pela. Todo el rato yendo a escopeta y a... Mucho mejor. Vamos a ver. Pero aquí no hay mucho para coger, ¿o qué? Nah. Me da igual. Qué poca cosa para comer. Eso es extraño. Pues coño, una casa a la altura, niño. Joder, macho.
Too many murders to investigate them all. Good evening, sir. May I ask?
I'm
And who are?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid from the Pembroke Hospital.
I'm Detective Inspector.
Ah, ahora sí me lo pone.
Do you need medical attention?
I'm fine.
Así me salgo.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm sure.
Hasta que tenga el dato de este hombre para hacer la... Esto está, eso está. Esta.
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reid. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reid? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
Debe tener algún problema o algo. Estos son los dos últimos que me faltan. ¿Y el pilar? Me falta el pila.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this camellia may be.
El poeta pringao, ¿qué? La pregunta personal es...
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Eso es raro.
Do you ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reid. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
Yo voy a tener problemas de capacidad de... Esta mulista no salió.
Carol.
Creo yo.
You can stay a little longer this time.
Todo esto para mí. No, señora, espérame. Me cago en todo, señora.
It's locked. It's locked.
Se la cago yo.
If you're not too tired, could you help yourself? Carol, give your mummy a kiss now.
Yes, I love you too, Mother.
Be careful, Carol. You're wasting good food here.
Yes, Mother.
I said be careful, child. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Mummy has been so clumsy again.
No, that's okay. It won't bleed for long.
You're so pale. Are you feeling sick? Do you need to see a doctor?
No, I'm fine. I already saw the doctor last week.
Don't be silly. You must see a doctor. Just don't tell him how clumsy your mummy is, all right? I love you so much, my baby.
Tengo una cabra.
Mother.
Se está poniendo cosa turbia interesante. Porque no sé si esto es rollo vampírico o rollo de que tengo una cabra. Yo que había gente normal aquí. Cabra con la madre, que es la que me falta, coño. Pues no sé. Vieja, bruja.
It's locked, all right.
Vente para acá.
Dr.
It's
Reid?
locked, all right. Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reid, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
May I look at your goods, Miss Price?
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Dr. Reid. Take all the time you need.
Esto va a mejorar. ¿Qué me le puedo comprar? Una perla y esta también. Tengo mucha perla.
It's locked.
Doctor,
Good evening.
you know you can call me Carolyn, my dear doctor.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Tiene que ser los ojos rojos, el hechizo de sangre, toda la mierda esa que tengo yo.
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reid, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Uy, me está yendo ojito.
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Buah. Está tirando el tejo a tope. Yo no le voy a decir que no.
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reid.
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined never to leave you.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift life gave me.
But she'll probably leave you someday to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end, for they know no one else will love them as much.
Está como una cabra. Pero tiene buen gusto.
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now, but she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price, especially in these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reid. It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
Buah. No sé, el rollo de... El rollo de madre e hija árabe.
Carolyn, do you often wound or hurt your daughter by mistake?
No. I always thought it was Carol's clumsiness that caused these incidents. Maybe it's a family trait, Doctor.
You really believe it's just bad luck and being clumsy then?
Of course, Doctor. What else could it be? I have nothing to hide.
Está como una...
You are responsible for your daughter's many injuries and scars, Carolyn. You brutalize her, don't you?
How could I abuse my own flesh and blood? This is nonsense. It would be like hurting myself.
You really believe you've done nothing wrong, don't you? How long has this been going on for? I should have seen it when you were my patients.
Seen what? Child abuse? Are you mad, Dr. Reid? I dedicated my whole life to my precious Carol. She is a part of me.
Yes. Even her name is just a part of yours. This is a terrible tragedy. Something of an unknown disorder. My God. Abuse that comes from overwhelming love.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How dare you say something like...
Reconocido. En la época aquella, sí. ¿Cómo se le llamaría el desorden? Ni idea. Da como una cabra, punto.
like that? What kind of a monster do you think I am?
Speak to me, Carolyn. Why do you behave like this? How does it make you feel to hurt Carol before cajoling her?
I don't know. It makes me feel good to take care of my daughter. I need to feel useful. No one ever takes care of me. I need someone to take care of me.
Do you realize Carol is a person? Not a toy, not a doll. The poor girl would put her hand in a flame to please you. You are both trapped in this toxic relationship.
Carol and I are perfectly happy. Leave us be. How stupid I was to believe you could be a suitable husband.
I'm not judging you, Carolyn. I believe you're a victim too. I'm just trying to explain that you need medical help.
You will not separate me from my flesh and blood, Dr. Reid. We'd rather die.
Esa opción no me mola. Pero ninguna opción me mola.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
Dame la llave de la caja fuerte, coño.
You can stay a little longer this time.
I cannot enter.
Tengo aquella ya mierda abajo. Esta ya mierda arriba. Ya me da 3000. En principio están todos hablados, ¿no? Y... Ok, gente, pues nada, están todos hablados. Falta hacer la misión principal.
Here we go.